Okay, Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera kepada semua. So today I'm going to start my fourth lecture, and the topic is plant, equipment and machinery used for construction. Okay, so this video will be divided into two parts. Okay, so there's going to be the first part and there's going to be the second part. Okay, moving on. Okay, so ini adalah the learning outcome. Lepas I presented my topic, then the learning outcome from your part. So you're gonna be able to understand the importance of equipment and machinery management. Okay, InsyaAllah awak akan faham tentang kepentingan pengurusan mesin-mesin dan jentera. You are able to explain on factors to consider whether to buy or to rent the equipment and machinery, and to identify problems related to equipment and machinery. So sebenarnya this topic we're going to discuss on the equipment and machinery, the jentera and the machinery yang kita guna pakai dalam pembinaan in the construction area. Okay, sebab the machinery ni sebenarnya dia merupakan salah satu faktor yang melibatkan kos yang sangat banyak. Okay, so kita moving on to the next slide. That as an introduction, it is one of the most important resources, machinery and equipment ni, besides materials. Paling tinggi adalah material sebenarnya. Okay, so the machinery and equipment ni, it takes about 20% to 40% of the total construction cost. And that is why it is very important for us to manage the equipment and the machinery properly. Okay, sebab if it is not managed properly, then kemungkinan besar projek kita tu akan mengalami kerugian. Okay, so in every project, of course we don't want to mengalami kerugian kan, for sure we want to have profit. Okay, jadi amat penting pengurusan jentera ni. Okay, so based on substantial cost involved, construction machinery equipment must be managed properly. Okay, appropriate planning and acquiring of machinery can help to reduce or avoid the problems faced during construction stage. Okay, lagi satu, it is important untuk kita ada pengurusan jentera dan mesin ni untuk mengelakkan daripada masalah di masa akan datang. Okay, so that is why it is very important to reduce ataupun avoid. Okay, so these are the objectives of plant and equipment management. Okay, why? Kenapa do we have to have a plant and management planning? Okay, planning or schedule or something. Okay, number one is to maximize the plant and equipment output. Okay, so when kita dah ada jentera everything, as well we want it to be fully functional. Okay, to its full capacity. Kalau boleh the jentera kita nak bagi dia buat kerja to its full capacity lah, dengan segala kebolehan yang dia boleh buat, to complement the works with available materials. Okay, at this point, let's say you dah ada pekerja at your site and then you dah ada all the materials kan, tapi you don't have the machinery to do the work, then dia tak complement lah, dia tak saling melengkapi. So when you have the machinery, you have the materials and you have the labor, and then you can do the work. Okay, to reduce idling time. Okay, idling time ni adalah masa yang terbuang. Okay, that is why we need a good management plant and equipment management schedule or program, because kita tak nak jentera tu kita dah ada, mesin kita dah ada, kita dah beli ataupun kita sewa, tapi kita tak gunakan dia to its full capacity. Meaning sama ada mungkin dia rosak because we didn't maintain, ataupun the schedule yang kita guna for the construction kita tak buat betul-betul dan membuang masa jentera tu. Kalau kita sewa jentera tu, then we're wasting money. Okay, so that is why we need a proper management plan. Then to control and complete the job faster. Okay, dan memanglah tentulah when you have a proper management, semuanya under control, and then the job kita boleh selesaikan dengan cepat, dan pantas lah. Okay, then as a contractor, sebenarnya contractor ni bila dia dah dapat satu projek, then they have to fikirkan tentang pemilikan jentera dan mesin. Okay, they have to think about the acquisition policy. Acquisition ni macam pemerolehan ni, arti dia pemerolehan atau pemilikan. Okay, so contractor ni bila dia dah dapat the award for the project, dia akan fikirkan cara nak dapatkan jentera-jentera. So they have the choices of sama ada dia nak buy or dia nak rent. Dia boleh sewa ataupun dia boleh beli, ataupun dia boleh sewa dan dia boleh beli. Maybe some of the equipment dia nak beli, and maybe some of them dia nak rent. Okay, so it depends on the project, okay, and the type of construction that they are going to embark. Okay, let's say the contractor decides to buy. Okay, so let's say the contractor decides to buy the plant and equipment. Dia bercadang nak beli je the plant and equipment. So there are going to be there are several advantages, and of course there's going to be several disadvantages. Okay, as for the advantages, okay, the plant and equipment is available when required. Okay, this is very true. Okay, contohnya you are at the construction site and then you want to use that particular jentera. Contohnya you nak guna a bulldozer. So at that time you dah boleh guna dah, because pemilikan jentera itu adalah awak yang punya. Kan, jadi kamu yang punya. Jadi kamu boleh gunakan bila-bila masa yang kamu nak. So it's available whenever you need it. An important consideration for a project award. Okay, ini merupakan dalam satu proses di mana you fill out a form of tender. Okay, and then bila dah ada tender, so client akan tengok your company profile. So dalam company profile, it will be stated all your last previous projects. Salah satunya juga, there will be your financial status, and then there will be your assets. What assets do you have? They're going to see what types of machinery that you own. So if you have the machineries that is needed for a certain project, then kemungkinan besar for you to dapat the project award tu sangat cerah lah, sangat positif. Because why? Because you have all the things needed for the project to be done. Kan? So that is what we call the consideration for a project award. Okay, it also adds value to the company. So when you have plant and equipment ni, sebenarnya it adds value to the company. Walaupun sebenarnya untuk pengetahuan awak, dia adalah satu liability. Okay, dia adalah seperti satu tabungan. Sebab asset. Sebab asset ni selalunya kita bila talk about asset, it is a good investment sebenarnya. Tapi as in for this case, asset as for this case, ia merupakan satu kelebihan to the contractor lah juga, because when they have the asset, then they're gonna get more tenders and more projects. Tapi sebenarnya ia dalam satu masa yang sama dia adalah liability, because when it is a liability, then dia akan ada satu kemerosotan di mana dia kena tanggung, kan, like when you buy a car, it's the same when you buy a jentera. Okay, as it comes out from the showroom, automatically dia akan ada 10% of depreciation, tahap kemerosotan, tahap susut nilai. Okay, so it is a liability, and at the same time it is an asset to the company. Okay, so it can be competitive in tender bids. Like I said just now, if you have the machineries, then it's going to be competitive to other people. Tapi it is an advantage for you when you have the equipment. Okay, so the disadvantages when you buy, okay, is the maintenance cost. Of course, why? Because the maintenance cost is gonna cost you for repairing, for maintaining, for spare parts, and everything costs money. Okay, so then storage cost. Okay, you have all these big jentera, you have the bulldozers, the excavators, the cranes. Okay, mana awak nak letak semua tu? Maybe you gonna letak dekat satu tempat, and then you have to bear the storage cost. Awak kena bayar cost untuk storage, simpanan. Lepas tu you have to also think about the operation cost, the operator's cost. Operator's cost ni adalah pekerja yang mengendalikan machinery awak tu. Okay, if it is your pekerja, then it's okay jugalah. Tapi for if say you don't have the skilled worker to operate the machinery, then you akan upah orang, then you still have to pay a high cost. And let's say if you want to pay, if you want to hire like your own pekerja, then you have to give him training untuk dapatkan license. Sebab bukan semua orang boleh, dia boleh operate this kind of big machineries. Okay, then it is a high capital investment. Okay, why I'm saying it's high capital investment? Sebab dia mengeluarkan modal yang besar bila awak nak beli jentera-jentera dan machinery. Okay, dan jentera-jentera dan machinery ni usually it cost puluh-puluh ribu hingga ke juta-jutaan ringgit. Okay, so it is very expensive. Okay, heading on. Okay, we've discussed on the buying part. Okay, now let's say the contractor plans to rent. Okay, so on certain circumstances dia bercadang untuk sewa je the machinery tu. Okay, so apakah kelebihan dia apabila dia sewa? Okay, the first one adalah low capital cost, adalah rendah because they don't have to beli. Because when you beli dia akan jadi mahal, betul? They have to keluarkan duit lagi banyak. Then no maintenance cost. Okay, memang tak ada maintenance cost because orang yang menyewa tu yang akan bayar the maintenance cost. If there's any defects, any repairing works, kan? So the owner of the machine yang akan bayar. There's no storage cost, tak ada tanggungan pada storage, and can be competitive in tender bids when there are many suppliers. Okay, so the disadvantages pula, okay, high tender cost because of high rental cost. Kemungkinan besar when you fill up the tender, kan, so your tender cost akan menjadi lagi tinggi. Kenapa? Because you have to rent, kan? Because when you rent, so tender tu nilai banyak ada. You punya amount of tendering of your amount of your tender cost tu lah. Okay, sebab when barang tu awak punya, so cost tu dia dah tak masuk dalam tender tu because you own the barang. Okay, faham tak maksud saya? Okay, jadi when you sewa, you kena masukkanlah dalam tender form tu, jadi akan lagi tinggi lah the cost. That may not be available when needed. Okay, ini pun cepat sekali lah. Okay, let's say you need the barang bulan 5, 24 hari bulan. And then suddenly, bila you tanya penyewa, bila you tanya orang, the owner of the jentera, it's not available when you need. Jadi situ pun merupakan salah satu kekangan, disadvantage. Okay, tak semestinya whenever kita nak, barang tu ada. Okay, then it is not a return investment. Of course, because it is not ours. Kita menyewa sahaja. So, there is no investment in any relationship with this. Okay, decision on acquisition. Okay, kita buat keputusan on the pemilikan. Okay, bila kita buat keputusan dalam pemilikan jentera ni. So, the decision to acquire construction machinery equipment has to be considered seriously. Okay, because the capital required is very high. Okay, kena dipikirkan secara mendalam sebab modal yang kita keluarkan adalah tinggi. Okay, and some of the machinery ni, macam saya cakap tadi, memang ratus kepada jutaan ringgit. Okay, dia melibatkan kos yang banyak. Okay, dan kalau kita memang nak beli mesin tersebut, okay, dan kita pun kena juga fikirkan services lain seperti maintenance, sewa, cost account, storage dan lain-lain. Okay. Then there are several factors to be considered if one decided to purchase. Okay, kalau you dah decide to purchase, okay, sungguh ni nak beli dah ni. Okay, nak beli satu particular machine, then you have to think about the output capacity. Okay, besides the capacity of the machine, availability of skilled operator has to be taken into account. Contohnya, you dah beli dah satu machinery, but you still have to think about skilled operator. Siapa yang akan operate jentera tu? Siapa yang akan bawa jentera tu? Dan itu pun nak kena ambil kira. Kalau tak ada, dan awak kena upah seseorang yang berkelayakan. Okay, bukan sembarangan orang yang boleh bawa mesin ni. Dia kena pergi kursus, dia kena dapatkan lesen, okay, dia kena ada pengalaman, okay, so bukan sembarangan orang. Okay, so that is salah satu yang kena difikirkan juga. And then when you also decide untuk beli, you kena fikirkan market demand pula. Sebab bila you dah beli, lepas tu you dah guna, and then dah tak ada project, dan you nak sewa kepada orang, ada market demand tak? Is there anybody that's going to rent your machine? Ada tak projek-projek lain, orang lain yang boleh mengguna pakai your machine? So bila masa you nak beli, you have to do some investigation dululah, kan? You have to do some macam survey, kan, on the market demand. Sama ada machine yang awak beli tu dia tengah in tak sekarang, is it useful for other projects. Jangan beli machine yang tak useful, because nanti orang lain dah tak sewa dan you pun tak ada investment, tak ada duit pulangan, so rugi. Okay, then we're heading on to the considerations to buy or to rent. Okay, sekarang ni kita nak pertimbangkan sama ada kita perlu beli ataupun sewa tak mesin-mesin jentera-jentera berat ni. Okay, so sebenarnya it depends on the site location condition. Okay, so we have to tengok keadaan site kita kat mana, jauh ke, pendalaman ke, dekat ke, kat mana. Kalau kita nak sewa pun, sewa daripada mana. Berbaloi ke kita nak sewa daripada Perak, daripada Perlis pergi ke Johor ke, macam mana. Okay, then we have to think about that. The period of use, berapa lama yang kita nak guna. Okay, let's say projek adalah 10 tahun, ya. Projek 10 tahun, lepas tu nak guna satu kali saja. Is it worth it untuk beli satu jentera di mana nak guna sekali? Okay, to me tak worth it lah. Might as well kita sewa saja. Okay, then contractors available capital. Okay, contractor ni dia ada duit tak? Ada modal tak? Kalau ada duit, on beli. Kalau tak ada duit, then kena rent lah. Kena fikir jugalah. Okay, availability of storage and workshop. Okay, kalau dah beli, ada tak storage awak? Kalau tak ada, dah kena sewa. Okay, lepas tu kalau rosak, ada tak workshop nak buat? Ke kena sewa gak? Kena upah orang lain pula? Ke awak ada skill worker sendiri yang can repair your jentera? Okay, so this one is the availability of train operator. So when you buy or you rent, kalau you buy, ada tak train operator awak tu? Kalau ada, okay. Kalau tak ada, macam mana? Kan? So the management and maintenance cost. Ni pun memang this is one of the most expensive things lah when you buy something. Because when you buy, then you have to maintain. Kan macam you beli rumah, then you have to maintain. Okay. Ada tak duit tu? So the advantages and advantages of buying we've discussed on the previous slides, and the advantages or disadvantages of renting juga we've discussed on previous slides juga. Okay, so I'm going to stop here for a while. Then we're going to go to the second video. See you.